guys, Shane Van Fleet with Loveland Products. Wanted to talk to you today. Got a couple helicopters working the field back here. That's the headset. I'm trying to pay a little respect to these pilots that are getting it done right now. But guys, we're in the final stages of this corn crop. We're making a final pass on this corn with nutrition and fungicide that we need to finish this crop out. We're in the last stages of this corn crop field here. So I wanted to talk to you about a few products today. Right now our tissue tests are telling us that we need nitrogen, boron, and potassium in this crop, and we need it fast. Everything's got to happen fast as we're in that rapid uptake of nutrition to finish out this grain right there after pollination is ending up here. So I wanted to talk to you about nitrogen. Max Impact is a slow release nitrogen. No, it is anything but slow, guys. We are using a slow release triazole nitrogen that breaks down some of the UV rays when that product lands on the leaf so we don't lose it, right, to sunlight degradation. But it's super fast energy protein for that plant, a slow release nitrogen like Max Impact. Nitrogen in the soil has to go in, has to find sulfur, make protein energy in that plant. Energy is yield. We're going to use a maximum impact product up to 2 gallon, and we are going to immediately make protein energy for that plant, which is what we need right now. Just a couple of weeks ago, 2 gallon of Max Impact raised our nitrogen a half point in that tissue test in 5 days. That is the single fastest way we can get that nitrogen we need as we're in the grand phase of making grain. Boron, the most deficient nutrient, right? It's a traffic cop. It moves other nutrients in the plant, right? It helps move sugar. Sugar's important right now, right? Because we're converting sugar to starch. About 70% of our tissue tests are coming back deficient in boron. What kind of boron? I don't really care what kind of boron. Borosol, Max Impact B, NutriSync B, but my favorite is Reax Boron. Why Reax Boron? I want that small carbon source fulvic molecule in there with boron, right? To get it in there immediately. Again, everything is of the essence right now. The last nutrient is potassium. Potassium, my favorite, is Reax K. Again, a carbon source, a small fulvic molecule, taking that potassium into the plant. If you like locomotive, I love locomotive, 3 to 5% of Black Max with that. You're going to get that carbon molecule, that food source for the plant. So 3 nutrients, nitrogen, boron, potassium, critical right now, right? A few other mentions, Terramar. Terramar is big on stress mitigation and sequestering potassium that we need. We're taking up 10 pounds per acre per day of nitrogen and 13 pounds of potassium per acre per day in these crops. So Terramar does a great job with a biologically extracted carbon and seaweed component. Why is biologically extracted important? Even smaller molecules yet, even quicker entrance into that plant. It's going to pull everything that's in that tank mix in with it, and then it's going to mitigate stress by enlarging pathways of moisture and water and calling for potassium with that carbon component. We exude about 40 to 60% of our sugars out through the brace roots, feeding our microbes and asking them to bring us potassium, things like potassium. If we dump carbon and sequester potassium, we are making that happen at a much quicker rate and lowering the ambient temperatures by thicker, wider leaves and making that plant's respiration at night much better and having a much healthier day. We're looking at 90-degree temperatures this week. We know the importance of stress in a corn plant. We know heat is a major driver of yield loss in these plants. The other product that I love in that mix is Radiate Next. It's made up of 4 components: IBA, kynoton, GABA, and choline chloride. I love that IBA because these plants are generating new root hairs about every 7 days, and IBA triggers that plant to produce more root hairs. GABA and choline chloride are 2 other stress mitigators, and again, what they're going to do is create more pathways in that leaf and bring more water through that leaf, lowering the ambient temperature above it and below it in the foliage. The wider the leaf, the less sunlight getting all the way through that plant, and that's key right now when we're gathering photosynthetic photosynthesis energy in those leaves. The only other thing I'd mention is get your water right, guys. Choice Trio and Franchise Copilot. Choice Trio is going to make sure nothing is getting tied up in that tank, and when it gets to the leaf, we're getting it in, and that's where the Franchise Copilot comes in. We're getting it in onto the leaf with that product, so it's not creating these water droplets that want to run off. We're spreading that out, getting it all down on the leaf and into the leaf as quickly as possible. We're spending a lot of money on these fungicide nutritional passes. Let's make sure we got the water right and take full advantage of the money we're spending. So the last thing I'm going to say is, like I told you, we are in the final stage of this. And in respect to my favorite Western movie of all time, Young Guns, there's a famous line in Young Guns where they're boxed in and cornered, and their famous line is, "Let's finish the game, guys. We're at the final stages. Let's finish the game on a great crop that we started. This is no time to tighten up our pocketbooks. We've got a tremendous yield opportunity out here. Let's get after it. Let's be safe and finish the game."